Namaste, welcome, and aloha. Welcome to Canto 2 of the Srimad Bhagavatam, titled The Cosmic Manifestation, the universe revealed through devotional vision. This second canto is one of the most profound and far reaching sections of the entire Bhagavatam. It answers the most urgent question a human being can ever ask: what should I do when I am about to die? And from that intensely personal question, it expands into a breathtaking vision of the entire cosmos. Let us explore this magnificent second canto, a canto that is simultaneously a guide for dying and a map of the universe. Let us now look at the synopsis of Canto 2. Canto 2 unfolds as a profound dialogue between the dying king Pariksit and the liberated sage Shukadeva Goswami, who has arrived to guide the king through his final 7 days of life. The canto begins with the most urgent question a human being can ask: what should one do who is about to die? Shukadeva's answer is immediate and unequivocal: hear and chant the glories of Lord Vishnu. This is not a vague platitude, it is a precise, practical instruction. From this foundation, the canto expands into a sweeping vision of the cosmos. We encounter the Virat Rupa, the universal form of the Lord, as a meditation aid for those who cannot yet conceive of his personal form. The entire universe is revealed as the body of God. The sky is his navel, the sun is his eyes, the earth is his feet, the rivers are his veins. The canto then describes the process of cosmic creation through Lord Brahma, how the Lord creates through his energies, how the universe is structured in 14 planetary systems, and how the material elements evolve from subtle to gross. We encounter the 22 principal incarnations of the Lord, each with a specific cosmic function, from Vara, who lifted the earth, to Nrsimha, who protected Prahlad, to Vamana, who reclaimed the universe from Bali Maharaya. The canto culminates in the famous Katu Sloki Bhagavatam, the four original verses spoken by the Lord Himself to Brahma, which form the seed of the entire Bhagavatam. These four verses declare: before creation, only I existed. After dissolution, only I will remain. What appears to exist without me has no reality. Canto 2 thus serves as both a practical guide for conscious dying and a comprehensive map of the cosmos as understood through devotional vision. Now, let us look at the key themes. The primary themes of Canto 2 encompass the most fundamental questions of existence. First, the canto teaches the supreme importance of remembering the Lord at the moment of death. This is not just about dying well, it is about living well. Every moment of spiritual practice is preparation for that final, decisive moment. Second, the Viratrupa meditation offers a bridge for those who struggle with abstract spirituality. By seeing the entire universe as the body of God, one begins to perceive the sacred in everything: in the rising sun, in the flowing river, in the very ground beneath one's feet. This transforms ordinary perception into continuous meditation. Third, the canto establishes the science of cosmic creation, how the Lord creates through Brahma, how the universe is structured in layers of planetary systems, and how the material elements evolve from subtle to gross. This is not mythology, this is cosmology. Fourth, the 22 principal avatars demonstrate that divine intervention is systematic and purposeful. The Lord does not intervene randomly. Each incarnation has a specific function, a specific time, and a specific mission. Fifth, the 10 characteristics of the Bhagavatam, the Dashalakshana, establish that the Bhagavatam is a complete encyclopedia of spiritual and material reality. It covers everything from the origin of the cosmos to the nature of liberation. And finally, the Ketu Shloki Bhagavatam reveals the absolute nature of the Supreme. Before creation, during creation, and after dissolution, only the Lord exists. Everything else is His energy, His manifestation, His play. Now let us look at modern scientific parallel. Canto two's description of cosmic creation bears remarkable parallels to modern cosmology and physics. The Bhagavatam describes a hierarchical universe emerging from a primordial state consciousness first, then subtle elements, then gross matter. This resonates with the modern understanding of the Big Bang, where energy preceded matter and quantum fields preceded particles. The Viratrupa presents the cosmos as a single integrated organism, anticipating modern systems theory and the Gaia hypothesis, which view the universe and Earth as interconnected living systems rather than collections of isolated parts. The 10 characteristics of the Bhagavatam parallel the 10 dimensions proposed in string theory, the idea that reality has multiple layers of structure beyond what ordinary perception reveals. The description of 14 planetary systems arranged in a vertical hierarchy corresponds to modern astrophysics understanding of the universe as structured in nested scales from subatomic particles to galaxies to superclusters. Most strikingly, the Katu Shloki Bhagavatam's declaration that only consciousness existed before creation aligns with the growing consensus among quantum physicists that consciousness may be fundamental to reality, not a byproduct of matter. This view is championed by scientists such as Max Planck, who stated, I regard consciousness as fundamental. I regard matter as derivative from consciousness. John Wheeler called it from bit. Roger Penrose argues for quantum consciousness at the foundation of reality. The ancient Bhagavatam and cutting edge physics are converging on the same truth. Consciousness is primary, matter is secondary. Now let us look at some practical application. Canto 2 offers intensely practical guidance for modern life, beginning with the most practical question of all, how to die consciously. Shukadeva's instruction to Parikshit, fix the mind on the Lord, hear his glories, chant his names, is not merely preparation for death, it is the highest practice for life itself. The quality of our final moment determines our next destination, making every moment of spiritual practice an investment in our ultimate future. The Viratrupa meditation offers a practical bridge for those who struggle with abstract spirituality. Begin by seeing the sky as the Lord's navel, see the sun as his eyes, see the ocean as his abdomen. This is not imagination, it is a systematic method of expanding consciousness beyond the limitations of the ego. The canto's emphasis on hearing Shravana as the primary spiritual practice is especially relevant today. In an age of podcasts, audiobooks, and digital media, the ancient technology of sacred sound has never been more accessible. The Bhagavatam promises persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, manifested in their hearts within a short time. 2.8.4. This is a direct promise, not a vague hope, not a distant possibility, a promise. The practice is simple. Hear regularly, hear seriously, hear with love. Now let us look at how this helps for young people. Canto 2 challenges young people to think cosmically. In an age of social media, and short attention spans, this canto invites you to zoom out to see yourself not as a small individual in a chaotic world, but as a conscious soul within a purposefully designed universe. The description of the universal form reveals that the cosmos is not random but structured, not meaningless but purposeful. Every galaxy, every star, every atom is part of the body of the Supreme Lord. You are not an accident, you are a conscious participant in the greatest story ever told. For young people grappling with existential questions, who am I? Why am I here? Where am I going? Canto 2 provides a framework that is simultaneously ancient and cutting edge. The canto also speaks to the digital generation's comfort with complexity. Just as you navigate multi layered virtual worlds, the Bhagavatam describes a multi layered real universe, far more vast and intricate than any simulation. Most importantly, Canto 2 teaches that the preparation for a good death begins in youth. Every moment of spiritual practice now is preparation for the most important moment of your existence. Don't wait, start now. Now, let us look at how this helps for the older generation. For the older generation, Canto 2 is perhaps the most directly relevant canto in the entire Bhagavatam. It was spoken specifically to a person facing imminent death. And its message is that death, approached with spiritual consciousness, is not a tragedy but a triumph. Shukadeva's instructions to Parikshit provide a complete manual for conscious dying. Fix the mind on the Lord, hear his glories, sit in a sacred posture, fast from material engagement, and let the soul depart in full consciousness of the divine. The canto assures us that even a lifetime of material entanglement can be transcended in the final moment if one hears the Bhagavatam with sincere attention. This is not a license for complacency, it is a message of extraordinary compassion. For those who have spent decades building families, careers, and communities, Canto 2 offers the ultimate perspective. All of this is the Lord's cosmic manifestation, and your role within it has been purposeful. Now is the time to consciously return to the source, not with fear, but with the joy of a traveler arriving home. The door to spiritual perfection is always open. Make your final years your finest years. Canto 2 Structure. Let us briefly review the structure of Canto 2. The canto consists of 10 chapters with a total of 391 verses. Chapter 1, the first step in God realization, 39 verses. Shukadeva answers Parikshit's question about the duty of a dying person. Hear and chant the Lord's glories. He introduces the Virat Rupa, the universal form, as a meditation aid for beginners. Chapter 2, the Lord in the Heart, 37 verses. The process of yoga meditation is described, culminating in meditation on the personal form of the Lord within the heart. The yogi's path of departure from the body is detailed. Chapter 3, Pure Devotional Service, the Change in Heart, 25 verses. The various goals of different worshippers are compared, and pure devotional service is established as the supreme path. The famous verse, hearing the glories of the Lord purifies even the most sinful. Chapter 4, the process of creation, 22 verses. Pariksit asks about the creation of the universe. Shukadeva begins to describe how the Lord creates through his energies, setting the stage for the cosmological teachings. Chapter 5, the cause of all causes, 42 verses. The complete process of cosmic creation is described from the Lord's glance upon material nature through the evolution of the 23 elements to the formation of the cosmic egg and the appearance of Brahma. Chapter 6, Purusa Sukta confirmed 46 verses. The universal form is described in detail, with each part of the cosmic body corresponding to specific elements of creation. This is the Bhagavatam's commentary on the famous Purusa Sukta hymn of the G Veda. Chapter 7, Scheduled Incarnations with Specific Functions, 53 verses. Lord Brahma describes 22 principal incarnations of the Lord to Narada, each with a specific cosmic function, from Varaha to Kalki. Chapter 8, Questions by King Pariksit, 29 verses. Parikshit asks 10 profound questions about the nature of the Lord, the cosmos, and the purpose of the Bhagavatam. His questions set the agenda for the remaining cantos. Chapter 9 answers by citing the Lord's version, 46 verses. The famous Canto, Shloki Bhagavatam, the 4 original verses spoken by the Lord to Brahma, is revealed. These 4 verses are the seed of the entire Bhagavatam. Chapter 10, Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions, 51 verses. The 10 characteristics of the Bhagavatam are described, establishing it as the complete and final answer to all questions about existence, creation, and liberation. Each chapter is a treasure. Each verse is a jewel. Canto 2 of the Srimad Bhagavatam is titled The Cosmic Manifestation, and indeed, it manifests before our eyes the entire universe as the expression of divine love and divine intelligence. It manifests understanding, it manifests wonder, it manifests urgency. Most importantly, it manifests hope. Hope that even in the face of death, even in the midst of cosmic dissolution, the Lord remains and his devotees are never lost. This is not just ancient wisdom, this is timeless wisdom for modern times. But it all begins here in Canto 2 with a dying king, a compassionate sage, and the most important question ever asked: what should I do now? Thank you, Namaste, and Mahalo for joining me in this exploration of Canto 2, the cosmic manifestation.